Hey, welcome back. In this lesson I'll show you how to create some folds on the clothing using reference. So these are the finished pants with the laces, and I'll just show you. This is kind of what we had in the last lesson. So I'll show you how to create those kind of folds on there. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use Spotlight to bring in some textures. So I'm going to turn. I'm going to import. Say one of these. Okay, I'm going to click it and add it to Spotlight. Hit comma to close the light box and Z to turn off that little wheel. So you can see all these cool things, and you can find a lot of this stuff on like Zappos or Amazon where they have clothing and then they just show it from every different angle. It's really useful for modelers. So under brush, I'm going to go down and under samples, I'm going to turn off spotlight projection because I'm not going to be projecting this. I'm just using it for reference. And now I can draw on my model without just kind of using that as a reference. And if I want to make it, less opaque, I can hit Z and just turn the opacity on and off. Hit Z again, and then go back to work. So I'm going to turn symmetry off for this. And I just want to look at the curves that are happening here. And this is one of those times when standard brush is your best friend, because it's just really good for this. Now, by default, I want to show you my settings here. I have lazy mouse turned on. Lazy mouse is under stroke. Lazy mouse. I'm going to turn the lazy step down, which means that it's going to give me more brushes, more dots per line. And when I do that, it's going to become super strong. So to compensate for that, I have to turn the intensity down, not to 2, maybe something like 6. Okay, so now I have this kind of flowy stroke. And I'm just going to start mapping these strokes in. Now, depending on what you're doing, you don't like for me, I didn't put them all the way down the leg. I kind of put them up in the crease because I didn't want to. I mean, just for design reasons. But you can adjust to your reference like that. And you could see just with the light touch how easily that effect is created. And then you just go in with Shift and blend it in. So you can lay down your lines with your standard brush, and then just Shift to blend in the edges. So see how these kind of like blend in on the edges. Once you get ones you're happy with, you can go over the top of them to sharpen them up a little bit. Hit Shift in between them to kind of soften the transition from one to the next. Try and just reproduce some of the ones that are actually happening here. We could see this, so maybe I'll try another material just to make it easier to see. I don't know. Matte cap gray. I don't know if that's any easier. And so for this, reference is super important. After a while, if you get there's certain times when finding reference just becomes such a pain in the butt that I just go in and wing it, you know. But especially when you're starting out, as much reference as you can for cloth, and then you'll develop this kind of like internal language of how the cloth behaves. I'm just going to continue sculpting this stuff for the rest of the lesson, so you can, I don't know, watch. Okay. And then to add some realism to these, I'm just gonna lower them in a little here and maybe raise them up around the edges. Just want to make everything a little bit uneven, a little disturbed. You can use your move tool to kind of do a little bit of that. And you'll be amazed how much little things like that just add so much to your model. See that? How the light hits that? It already gives it kind of more of a realism. And then for the bra, I'll show you how I did those kind of pleating, scalloped effect. Let's see here, I'm going to turn off that bra. I'm going to turn off my spotlight. And for this, I just, it's really kind of cheesy. I use Damien Standard. That's a little too strong. I divide it first, give it a little more detail. It's a little too deep. I guess when I was doing this, the bra was already a little thicker. But this is basically what I did. Damien Standard brush. And then once that was done, I kind of circled, because Damien Standard brush is like standard brush, but it does, it also pinches. So you get these cool little effects on the ends where it's actually kind of pinching together. And then I just went in with the move tool and kind of exaggerated that to create this kind of scalloping effect. Alright, hope that was informative. In the next lesson, we'll be in the next lesson. Oh yeah, creating a fishnet. Alright, thanks for watching.